This is the video for our lower outer forearm block, which you might have also heard as our lower block. So our lower outer forearm block is going to be blocking our lower chest. You might have also heard me say that it's protecting our butt. This is about the range where we're protected. So when we throw a lower block, our end goal is to have that hand just about perfectly straight and just a little off to the side of our front leg. Again, protecting this side of our body. And now you can probably see why I said it's protecting my butt. Although nobody's going to be kicking your butt in sparring, except for me. So when we're throwing that technique, there's a few things that we want to think about, because obviously that's not going to give me a lot of power. Also, that's more like a punch than anything. So when I'm throwing that technique, I want to make sure that I'm thinking about obviously landing in the right spot, but also generating power. So the way that I generate power in that strike, and the way that I generate power in most of my strikes or my blocks, is with body movement. So in Taekwondo, it's pretty well known that our power kind of comes up from the ground. And that's why we're going to start down at our feet when we do that block. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start my step forwards. For this specific technique, I'm going to do it in our walking stance, which is how you'll do it in your pattern. So as I step forwards, I'm also going to think about what the rest of my body is doing. So that's where I'm going to get some hip rotation coming in, and it's going to line up with my shoulders. So if I'm going to block this hand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand up and twist my palm towards my face. I'm also going to make sure that my other hand is coming up as well. The reason for that is that I want to make sure that I get some counter rotation as I strike that to help solidify that technique. So if this hand comes up here, I'm going to get this hand to click in, wrist touching wrist. And then I'm going to twist my body away from the side that I'm going to be striking on as I step forward, stepping, rotating, dropping, and twisting that wrist down into our final positions. Now obviously, in order to make that effective, we want to make sure we can do it all at once. So starting here, I'm going to go a little bit faster here. And at full speed. That is our lower block. Now, when we're striking a lower block, you should be striking with your fist or the side of your arm, hence your outer forearm block. Because if we look at our forearm, which is this portion of our arm here, this is very clearly the outer side of our forearm. This being our outer forearm block technique, or our lower block.